Well, I personally think it's great to see all of the racial equality that exists in the country at the moment. Um, but what we really need to think about is what's going to happen during the downslide. It's inevitable. Everything has peaks and valleys. Everything has a climax, and then has a very rapid descent, which is probably going to happen sooner than later. So I think what we need to do is we need to mandate racial equality education for children starting in kindergarten, possibly even preschool, because it's good for them to understand that we're all equal, why we're all equal, but before they understand that, they have to understand our inherent differences. You know, if you have a child, you know, like I was, you know, as a preschooler, I didn't know that there were other black children or that there were Hispanic children or Asian children, mostly because there weren't too many. But I didn't know that that's what those were around me. I just figured, oh, well, they're just other kids. I was wrong. What I didn't understand was that's a black kid, that's an Asian kid, that's an Hispanic kid. And there's nothing wrong with them. But if I'd have understood that they were different, it's like you take apples and oranges. People are always saying, oh, there's a difference between apples and oranges. That's a big difference. One's a citrus fruit, one's whatever an apple is. And they both taste delicious. They both taste sweet. So they're both equal in many ways. But they're very different. You can make juice out of a black kid different than you can make juice out of a Hispanic kid. One has to be ground, one has to be sort of ground up like that, one has to be pushed into a juicer. The point is, if you don't understand the difference between us, how are you going to understand that equality is important? So in order to understand why equality is important, you have to understand that things are different, but that they are also equal. That's all I'm saying.